No.
Hello,
Dang.
everyone.
And here's a list of my no.
Welcome back to another episode of Deadlands, Wayward Guns. This is a bit of a bittersweet episode. Our dear occultist and troublingly perky goth Zenobia Morgana Whatley, or her player anyway, is going to be taking a bit of a hiatus to take some time off to have and then recover from a surgery. Nothing super dangerous, so don't worry about that. It's elective, gender affirming stuff. I'll leave it at that.
Fist pump. Hell yeah.
So it's going to be a little while before there's going to be another one of these streams. I'll try and find some way to fill the void in whatever part of your heart this will leave. But don't worry, it will be returning. I promise. All right. That said, though, let's get right into it, starting, as always, by mix it up, not sharing the cast command. Thanks, mix it up. I knew I could count on you.
Mix it up's over here just like anytime.
Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. What am I gonna do with you? Legitimately, I don't know. I don't know how any of this shit works.
It doesn't matter. We're all here. We're all queer. Get used to it.
There we go. Okay, now I can.
Whoa. Who told you? That was supposed
There
to be a
we
secret.
go. All right, so
Get doxxed.
we're gonna be introducing folks, starting alphabeticalized with our very own EpitomeOAwkward as Ezra King. Please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Epitome. I'm the hamster of a man that is Ezra King. I currently am having issues with my connection and I can't load Twitch. So if I suddenly disappear, it's because I am restarting my computer.
Oh, fun. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that might be why. I have no idea how I'm still able to talk to you guys, but like none of my messages are sending, no web pages are loading. Don't know what's happening.
Is
Well
very
done.
strange.
Maybe just preemptively restart now before something horrible happens.
Yeah.
The thing is, too, I just restarted like 5 minutes ago. I'm gonna restart my Wi-Fi connection first.
All right. Well, while that's happening, we'll go through the other players. After that, we have our newest member as the tail-spinning Valentine. We
Hello.
have Hazel Dustian.
Is that my cue?
Yep, go ahead and introduce
okay,
yourself
cool.
and your character.
Hi, I am playing Valentine Rivers. Yes, she has a last name now. Very proud of that. Took me a long time. But I'm doing this all out of order. I apologize. Hazel Dust is who I actually am. I stream over on Twitch as well. Good friend of Bees. That's all I got because I'm blabbering. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I'll do a better one later.
Okay. Following that, as everyone's favorite circus performer and professional weirdo turned spell sling and shootist? Yeah, shootist works. I was gonna say shoot slinger for a second, but no, that's nothing. We'll stick with
X-Slinger is the best
shootist.
version of it, to be honest.
Honestly.
I think it sounds the coolest.
Is Hemlock, would you care to introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, I'm Hemlock. I'm the reason we're late. I got confused while buying spaghetti. It's a long story.
You are valid. You are loved.
You know,
never added the spaghetti part prior to that. I
I
completely
don't want
forgive you.
context. I like that story exactly how it is.
I like it better now that I know that it was spaghetti.
I also got devil dogs, but it was specifically for spaghetti. I just didn't know what time it was or where I was.
You're valid. We've all had
know how it is with
dissociative episodes over
I walked across my room
noodles.
earlier and forgot what I was doing.
You are so
Yeah.
valid.
I played Parrot. She's got a big gun and a connective tissue disorder.
Bless you.
I mean,
Thank
yeah.
you.
Hemlock also is a fantastic artist. So if you're looking for any kind of digital 2D artwork, or if you have digital 2D artwork that you would like to move around so you could be a VTuber and do silly little animated things, then do that.
Oh yeah, I need one more review on VGen before I'm verified.
Ooh, very exciting. I would, but I don't know if that counts since I didn't do it through VGen.
All right, looks like it's working again.
Nice.
Ah,
Wait. Hemlock, did you say you're a rigger? Is that what you do?
Yeah, it's like
Rigs models.
mostly what I do.
I knew it. I knew what they meant. I
I just want
wanted to make
clear
sure
because
that
I've
I
heard
heard it
other
correct.
people not
I'm
understand.
I'm
There's
really
other
bad
types
with
of
ropes.
riggers.
It is a letter away from being disastrous every
Oh, no,
time
there's
we say
Other
that.
definitions
No,
of what a rigger is.
we're-
Oh, for
I
sure, for
was-
sure.
I was not referring to Shibari, I promise.
Although if you do that too, I mean, feel free to drop some promos.
Yeah, my main steez is live 2D.
All right.
Very interesting.
And then we have, as the mysterious Miss Scarlet, she certainly isn't in any billiards room with lead pipes. Tyrus, go ahead.
you completely derailed me with that intro.
I mean, I had to make a reference to Clue eventually.
Fuck.
Your name is Scarlet.
I got it now.
You can do it. I
Okay.
believe in you.
I am Tyrus, friend of the stream. I haven't really been doing anything other than playing in this game. You'll probably see me around the Discord and chat a lot. And I play Miss Scarlet, and I'm hoping to reveal some things about her this game. So let's go.
Ooh.
Don't you dare. You're not allowed.
Well. And last but certainly not least, the occultist with simply the most charming laugh of the cast. Obsidia, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hey everyone, I'm Obsidia. I stream occasionally, usually like once a week. Currently, I'm on hiatus, and I'll be on hiatus till I recover from my surgery. So probably through at least the end of November. I also run a D&D game that B plays in.
Yeah.
So if you want to go see B in action there, as well as a bunch of other cool beans, you can go to my YouTube where I have the VODs of every episode up. It's good times, Magitech 1930s. I play Zenobia Morgana-Watley, everyone's favorite inbred goth sorceress, and I'm happy to be here.
I didn't know it was a 1930s set Magitech game.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
Extra jealous.
And, hey, I am Beatrix. I'm gonna be playing everyone who is not one of these fine folks. And, if you're watching this, you've already found my channel. Congratulations, you solved my discoverability puzzle. Your reward is me. Take what you will of that. All right, so
Whoa, get excited.
Woo.
we last
Wow.
left off with the first real episode of a new mystery. We're still in one of the truly grimmest and most haunting of all locations in the North American continent, Missouri. I'm so sorry, but
I am in misery.
very true. We are currently trying to get to the bottom of the mystery of an apparent haunted house in a estate now owned by the Bronson family, a fairly well-to-do inheritor and manager of the Bronson Pale Ale Brewing Company, as well as her husband, an architect. They have recently moved into the house formerly owned by one Dr. Joseph Nash McDowell, a famous and infamous doctor, a real-life figure, too, if you, like me, are the kind of person that sees a 19th century bit of history that you can learn and goes, awooga, awooga, hamana, 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 hama. And he had a lot of
Turned on
good
by
things.
historical
He
figures.
also, unfortunately, did do a lot of grave robbing. There's a lot going on in his story, but he's dead.
Who here
This
hasn't
is
done
just
a
his
little grave
house.
robbing?
We have also met some of the support staff for the home, the people that have been newly hired to help the family renovate this old place since it hasn't been occupied, and I believe it has been 8 years since McDowell passed away. The ones you have met so far, I believe, I think you've only met one staff member so far. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, the butler, if I
The
remember
butler.
correctly.
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
we met the butler. I don't
Mr.
remember
Stephen
anyone else.
Morgan.
Yeah, we've met the mom and the butler, and we walked past like the gardener.
Hmm.
And then at the very end of the session, we heard the son.
Yes. So the Bronsons have 2 children. Both of them are sons. One of them is Jacob Bronson, 12 years old, smarter than he looks, dangerously curious, has the dubious association of being friends with Curtis Deese, aspiring journalist and heir to the Deese Nuts roasted and salted nut fortune.
I'm glad that you made the joke before any of us could do it.
Yeah.
No, we made the joke the moment we heard his name many
Yeah.
months ago.
So I just have to lean into it, otherwise you have to learn to roll with the punches in this kind of job, folks. Otherwise you will simply perish.
The Nut King will come get you.
Can throw you out a window.
See?
That's true.
Told you.
He
He's
threw
an
that kid out the
intrepid.
window. It was wild. So, we last left off the session. You were allowed to explore around the house with Mr. Morgan's supervision. And as you were doing so, you were, I believe, last investigating the kitchen. And through the speaking tube system, you heard the voice of the youngest of the family, Bertram Bronson, speaking with someone that he referred to as Amanda. his imaginary friend, according to Mother Emily Bronson.
If I
And
remember correctly.
she talked
go ahead.
back. And I think that's where we left off.
Yeah, Parrot heard that in the
No.
dumbwaiter pipes.
It was me, actually.
Oh, it was
We
you?
inspected the same
Yeah.
dumbwaiter with
Oh.
almost the exact same role, and Parrot found fuck all.
That's because you inspected the thingamabobber. I inspected the supernatural
of it?
aspect of everything.
At least you weren't inspecting the footprints. Well, not footprints. The wear patterns leading to the stove, and then back to the rest of the kitchen, and trying to contemplate why this was.
Hey, you figured something out.
Yeah, sure.
Folks,
We'll go with that.
folks, you're all pretty.
You're all gorgeous because I would like to have Vale look at the butler. I'm going to forget his name like 12 times. Don't feel
It's
bad.
Stephen Morgan.
Stephen Morgan.
Stephen Morgan.
Listen.
Yes, we
listen.
did establish, much to
Vale?
his sheepish response, that yes, he is from Sweden.
Vale might have a great set of great thing of memory. The person playing her, Hazel, do not.
I have many pages of notes I've taken over this campaign with all the names.
It's true. She has better notes than I do, 100% without a doubt. All right.
But yeah, so is this the part where we're turned loose to do stuff?
Yes.
I have a thing I would like to
What
do.
would all of you like to do?
I have a thing that I would like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Vale is going to look at Steven and go, where does this lead to? And can we go there right now?
Mr. Morgan says, yes, those are the speaking tubes. They're the communication system from here to every room in the house.
Okay, so the more explanation you give me, the less time we have to investigate what is happening right now. She's going to point to the one with the sound came from and go, we need to go there like now.
That's the nursery.
We need to go there now.
Okay. Is everyone here? Ready to go?
I believe so.
All right. He
And then, oh, go ahead.
He starts leading you back up through the servants' staircase into the main body of the house.
Scarlet is just kind of standing there, staring off into the distance.
As they're walking through, Hazel will Hazel. I'm Hazel. That's Vale. See, I told you I was going to be broken for a while. Vale is going to explain to them what she heard and why she's trying to get up there so quickly.
Okay.
Okay. So he leads you up. He goes at a brisk pace, but you're not really supposed to run in a house. There's a lot of things that could get easily broken, so it's fast, but it's not like nothing else matters fast.
We're speed walking.
Basically, yes. He leads you back into the house, through the hallway and up to the second floor. And then he points to the room just to the right of the stairs here. And that is what will lead to the nursery.
Okay, so no one addressed Scarlet not moving?
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
Scarlet,
I'm in
you're-
the pursuit of magic.
Okay, is Scarlet the only one who is, or no, not, is, no, yeah, gosh, is Valentine, is anyone following along with Valentine?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay behind and try and get Scarlet to move.
I am going to need you to make some kind of roll because Morgan has been very specifically instructed not to leave people unsupervised in the house.
Okay. Well, I mean, if Scarlet's not moving, I'm not the only one.
Oh,
And I'm
then,
trying to get her to move.
well, then I guess I have to retract my narration because that did not happen unless both of you would like to do rolls to avoid notice or give yourself an excuse to do something on the ground floor.
I don't.
Okay.
I haven't I explained things to people on the way up, so I actually haven't explained what's going on at the point. So right now it's just Val is just like, come on, come on, come on, come on, we gotta go, like now.
Okay, Scarlet, come on.
They don't respond to their name.
Hello?
They look at you.
I wave my hand in front of their face.
They seem dazed.
All right, I take
Sure.
her hand.
Is your friend okay? We've gotta go.
I'm not sure.
If you take their hand, they will follow you.
Okay.
All right, I will take her hand.
All right.
I would imagine now the expose actually happens.
Yes. Now expose happens. You're upstairs, actually, for real this time.
Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
role playing this for a specific reason.
For real? For real?
For real, for real.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going into the room with us or anything? He's just pointing us where to go?
I mean, like, he'll follow you in if you like, but he can see basically there's only really the one door in and out of that room of the house as far as you can tell.
She is going to like briskly walk up to the door and open it. Not like slam it open, but like open it enough to see if she can hear anything or like try and listen to see if there's more conversation.
Okay, so you're trying to open it enough that you can hear without making it obvious to anyone who might be inside.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a sneaking roll.
A sneaking.
You can either do sneaking if you want to open the door a crack, or you can do just a cognition roll if you want to try and hear through the door.
I'm trying to open my character sheet. There we are. I guess I'll just try to do a cognition roll. We'll do the kiss method.
Okay.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Excuse
Did I
you.
do that right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And you don't have anything that boosts your hearing, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Let me do a quick roll here. Okay. So, as you approach the door very carefully, you kneel down, pressing your ear to the door to try and listen through the keyhole. And you do start to hear a voice. There's a small voice that sounds like it is someone very young, and it sounds like they're kind of they're doing the small child thing of they have a mental soundtrack to whatever it is they're doing that they are vocalizing in this kind of in that wonderfully terrible off-key a cappella way that is only really endearing when it's a child who is doing it. like.
I don't hear the voice of the little girl anymore, or the girl anymore.
You hear on a 9, I'll say you hear a very faint creak of something wood within the room. It sounds it sounds like maybe something hinged. Hard to tell.
Okay. She's going to open the door like quickly, but not like aggressively, if that makes sense.
I think so.
Like she wants to get in the room as fast as or to be able to see in the room as fast as possible, but like not throw the door open, if that makes sense.
I think that makes sense. Yeah. You open the door quickly, but not slamming it open. And inside, you see a nursery. There are 2 beds off to one side of the wall, one much bigger than the other. And you can see off in the corner, there is sort of just an array of toys, like it's the kind of thing that when you don't totally know what exactly is going to appeal to a child yet, like they're at that stage of life where they're still developing the idea of what their preferences are and learning how to vocalize those. You see that it looks like he's doing something on what looks like a very small stove. There's a cow there as well.
Like a toy cow?
Yes, a toy.
I was like,
Good
there's
question.
a cow in the room?
Good question. There's a small toy cow, and you can see that when he squeezes on its udders, there is actually this like sort of chalky white fluid that comes out.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That doesn't seem like it would pass in the modern day, like an FDA
No.
check or whatever.
No.
I didn't say it was milk.
Well, any chemical oozing out of an udder for a child. This
As
is
you,
the 1870s, probably like
Yeah.
arsenic or fucking asbestos.
well, we already have the green wallpaper downstairs.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on the green wallpaper.
I will not.
It's hideous.
Oh, gosh. So, as you are coming in here, he turns up to look at you, and you're new. There's no like sense of recognition there. He's also not really frightened of you though. Like, for lack of a more delicate term, he's a creepy child. Like, he has that
Oh,
kind
dude,
of just
This
big
is my jam.
just this like big stare where he doesn't really blink a ton. He doesn't have a hugely emotive expression, so he's just sort of like, huh, this is new, non-verbally. Who are you?
Oh, baby.
She's just gonna kind of look around the room before acknowledge, like just kind of like a smooth scan, real quick.
Okay.
I'm Vale. I'm a friend of your mom's.
Oh, okay. Immediately
she,
accepts it.
She wanted us to try and meet your friend Amanda. But I hear she's kind of hard to talk with. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I'm not really I'm not really supposed to talk about her too much. She doesn't like that. You can try to
Okay.
give you can try and give me a social role if you would like to convince this small child.
Can she pull out a like little trick, like out of her bag of tricks to like maybe entice the child to talk with her a little better?
God, stranger danger.
You should take
Or
out your
like-
instrument and play a song about talking to strangers.
No, she has like string that she can do like cat's cradle and stuff like that. She also has a cat. Kids love animals.
I mean, that is
But
true.
animals love kids.
Maybe he's like Zenobia when he was a kid and he likes taking animals apart.
I swear to God,
Oh my.
you've touched Jinxie. You'll see a pacifist turn into an aggressivist real fast. I said a word? No,
So
but
do-
I
so
just
you want
made
to
it
do
up.
string tricks?
Would that is that something I could do to like potentially talk with him?
I mean, you know, I would allow, I would allow you to try and impress the child with just real cool, radical, totally sick cat's cradle tricks if you would like.
Just be like, well, could she potentially like try and what am I trying to do here? Give me a second to like gather what I'm exactly
Okay.
trying to do.
I assumed as a bard you could just make a persuasion roll.
You would think so. Yeah, you know what? Sure. Let's just YOLO
I just feel like
it.
you're overthinking it.
Yeah, you're 100% right. So what do I
Alright.
need to roll?
So first give me a persuasion roll, then based off of what you roll, tell me what comes out of your mouth next.
I had a fine persuasion. I'm still getting used to this whole sheet.
Yeah, it's no problem.
All right. This is terrible, isn't it?
I am going to also roll a scrutinized roll on
I mean, she's
his
not
side.
like lying or anything.
Well, yeah, but like
She's
that's
not
just
hiding her
that's
identity.
just what
Scrutinize is
you.
still the counter skill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any points in persuasion?
1, I think.
Okay. I'm just making sure of like you're just not a very bardy bard.
She
That
does many other bard things. You'll see when they come.
But
that is
awesome.
unfortunate. He had 1d6. He aced and got a 7. So that is a tie. He will talk to you, but you have to either give him or do something for him to convince him.
I got it. I'm a fucking genius. Are you ready?
Okay.
She's going to pull out. She's going to come down. I'll like kind of like get at his level. Like
Okay.
talk with him. And she's going to pull out a piece of candy for herself and then pull one out for him before she eats it.
God, you are such a predator.
I was literally making a free candy joke in our
Oh
post
gosh.
out of character chat.
All right.
Listen, she's trying to get to the bottom of
I know,
this, and
I
she
know,
will
it
do
works.
anything to get to the bottom of this. Kids
US
like candy
soldiers always
because she's
giving people
basically
candy.
a kid.
I mean, not basically. He is a kid.
No,
Literally
she
a
is
child.
basically
Oh,
a kid.
okay. All right. Yeah, you know what? I'll give this to you. He looks at the candy kind of dubiously, and then he slowly takes it and looks at you with kind of squinting. There we go. That's the word I was thinking of. Squinting eyes, as he slowly says, "All right. What do you want to know?"
Just what kind of questions do I want to ask here?
Up to you.
I guess like, how long has he been friends with this Amanda? Like since he moved here?
All right, I can give you that. Yeah. So, so as he's, well, what candy did you give him, by the way?
We can go with like a taffy. It's like a sweeter one. Like that's a generally a liked by most people candy.
Okay.
especially kids, because it's chewy.
Okay.
I know this because I do like them, and I really liked them when I was a kid.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was about to say he's a creepy child. He could like candy corn too, so
Oops.
Oh no, not the candy corn.
am I the only one here that likes candy corn?
Yes.
I have
nobody
candy
likes
corn on my desk right now.
I have it
Oh.
next to me.
The
Oh,
standard flavor
man.
of candy corn, but any variant out there, I will love the hell out of.
Hmm.
3-2, we win.
Such little
Sorry.
taste in this chat right now.
Sour Patch Kids, nerds, caramel apple.
Candy.
Well, as he's chewing, yeah, I only met her when we moved in. That's when she said hello.
Okay. Little kid, big thing of candy.
I'm so sorry to the closed captions. This is gonna be illegible.
uh, okay. Now this is a bit of a stretch, but would it be possible for us to potentially meet her? Like, what would we have to do? Do you know?
Well, I don't know. I think she just like I think she just likes me. She likes playing with me at least. I I haven't been able to get her to play with anyone else yet. She
Okay.
just kind of shows up sometimes when she wants to.
All right. Using any of this information can like veil. Can I do like the like occult roll or cryptozoology rolls to like try and figure out if this ghost is harmful to the child? Would like for what we know so far, or should I get a little more information?
That's up to you if you want to get a little more information before trying to do the roll.
Okay. I guess another question she could ask is like, what kind of games does she have you two play?
Well, mostly we play things like house or sometimes we play cooking. Cooking. Yeah.
Like the thing he was doing when we walked in.
She can't really go outside, so there's not a lot of games that we can do, but I'm trying to figure some out.
Okay, well maybe we could potentially help you figure that out. Cause she seems really special to you, and from what I've heard, she's a pretty cool person.
She was here a minute ago.
Oh, she was. And Val's just gonna kind of look around the room and kind of signal to Jinxie to see if she can spot something or figure something out.
Alright.
Animals are usually pretty good with the supernatural.
Okay. Since she as a companion, I am not going to have you make an animal handling roll, since otherwise, what was the point of making you pay for an animal companion? All right, let's go up to the pinned messages here. That is 2d4.
What numbers do you need? Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Roll one
She
again.
maxed it.
I don't know what any of that means.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
She's killing it. This cat is killing it.
this cat is the best character in our campaign.
Okay.
It's a 9.
Yeah. Oh gosh, how would a cat, I feel like the way a cat would do this is she kind of lightly tiptoes her way around the way that cats will in a new environment, and you can see her tail's kind of swishing a little bit, and you can see that her focus is darting here and there in that way where maybe a cat sees something, maybe a cat's trying to listen to something, maybe a cat is just being weird. It's one of the great mysteries of life.
I would imagine that they've traveled for a while, so they would have some in tune way of communicating.
I think that what she is able to gather is there's something that draws her attention. You're not entirely sure what sense brings it about.
That is actually more of what I was looking for. I would imagine that they have some way to, she could figure out, Vale could figure out that Jinxie sees or knows something's here.
Yes.
But not particularly exactly where.
Yes, it looks like she's kind of she's heading over to the closet and is sort of sniffing around at it.
Okay.
That is what Jinxie is able to sense, and what you are able to glean from it on a 9 for Jinxie.
Okay, so basically, if I've gathered correctly from the communication between the two, that Jinxie has found stuff in the area, like there is something here, but we don't exactly know where or what.
Yes.
Is that what I'm gathering?
I
Cool.
think so, yes.
That's actually perfect, and that's what I was more or less aiming for.
Awesome.
Um,
Would anyone else also, while we're doing this, like to interact with the small child or the room?
oh no.
Look, kids love wicked witches. Why
Out of
else would there be
character.
so many stories about them?
True.
Are you Obsidiary? Are you about to be their scary godmother?
Yeah.
Love that movie.
I'll take it for Zenobia to kind of put her fingers along the doorway and kind of peek her head in, looking around.
There is zero sense of fear in this child's eyes, which I have to imagine for Zenobia might be an unusual sensation.
Zenobia will then look down at him as she, brings her full presence into the room. Hello, child.
You see he's kind of trying to, look around you a little bit.
Cocks her head to the side.
Do you have a little sister or something?
Me? Is he talking to me or her?
Her.
Oh, okay.
Zenobia's, little emerald eyes sparkle at that as she folds herself down to his level. as she looks him in the eye and goes, "And why do you ask that, child?"
I thought I saw. I thought I saw. Uh, I thought I saw a little girl. But she was kind of hiding
Aw.
behind you. Hard
Did
to
she
tell.
have did she have little brown hair?
Kinda. It's a little dark, so hard to tell.
Got you.
Vale
Well,
is just kind of staring at you curiously.
Not only does he see ghosts, he sees knives.
he sees knife ghosts. Oh, he's about to see a knife now.
Oh
Ezra's
no!
Ezra's going to be in the doorway, not quite great with children, but curious about what was just said.
Uh,
Zenobia, yes. Zenobia, no!
I don't.
Zenobia
Yeah, I
gives
don't
him-
think Zenobia told anyone about
I
this,
have
so
not.
it's
I have
just a completely wild left field shot from everyone else.
Zenobia gives him her big, Cheshire cat smile as she says, "And you only saw her for a moment?"
Yeah, I think she ran off her head or something.
Mm.
Amanda does that a lot too.
Scampers off when people start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Understandable. Well, she's my partner, and she is very nice.
Okay.
Her name is complicated. I won't put it on you, child, but it's delightful that you can see her. She is a very friendly sort. I imagine your Amanda is much the same.
Sometimes. It
Ezra is
depends
just
what
looking very confused.
it depends what kind of mood she's in. Sometimes she doesn't look the same. And sometimes she kind of talks different.
Oh, how does she look differently when her mood shifts?
It's sort of like it's sort of like well, she doesn't look as wet.
Ah, I know that sometimes it is delightful to change of pace by reducing your overall moistness.
I
If,
hate this.
if you say so. I don't know.
Maybe Amanda and my partner can play at some point.
I don't know. Amanda doesn't really like talking with many people.
Oh, I'm sure that if she got to know us, that she would find us simply irresistible.
He doesn't say anything, but he sort of looks askance, like, okay.
We're losing him. We're losing him!
Well, do you happen to have a favorite toy in here?
Uh, I like playing with the farm. The farm is one of my favorites. And you can see there's like this little miniature barn that kind of opens like a dollhouse. And you can see from the cracked open facade there is several other small animals that look kind of like the cow.
Zenobia will, go over to the barn and look at him and say, "May I look inside?"
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'll look inside. So it's just a bunch of little animals in there.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's a farm. So in addition to the cow, you've got like some horses, you've got goats, sheep, some pigs.
The
I have
well,
to drop in
Oh,
this
go ahead.
one comment before you pass it over. And she looks at the pigs and goes, "Oh, I find swine so delightful. Did you know that they have a surprisingly similar composition to that of human beings on the inside?"
No, I didn't.
Yes, I can
You
show
are-
you. It's very educational. Somebody
Zenobia
else
is
can
starting
talk.
to. Zenobia is definitely starting to intrigue Val. Like,
Oh,
this
no.
is spooky. I'm in. There's something spooky going on here. There's a story.
Yeah, I don't want to monopolize it, so anyone else is welcome to talk as well.
I think
Uh,
Ezra's still in the doorway. He doesn't interact with children much, so he's not very forthcoming with talking to the child.
um, to include other people to this scenario. Well, Zenobia's got the kid distracted. Val's going to kind of like turn around and like subtly give a hint that to look over at Jinxie over by the whatchamacallit, the closet. See if anybody will pick it up and go check it out.
As the only person in this party who's probably ever seen a child, Barrett is having a wonderful time watching.
I've seen children.
It to Parrot, it feels like you guys like were never children based on these interactions.
Zenobia was a weird child. This is how she's treating
Zenobia
him.
was a weird child. Ezra was a ball of anxiety.
Hazel was an outcast.
Hmm.
Or
You mean
I'm
Val?
sorry,
Scarlet
Val. I'm having fucking totally dissociation issues here. Val was an awkward child, a total outcast, and
Parrot will go sniffing around.
All right. Give me a search roll and tell me what you're looking for or where you're looking.
I mean, just following the cat.
Meow.
All
I would
right.
assume most people at this point know that Jinxie is not a normal cat.
So you open the closet door and you do your best to scan through, and nothing really jumps out at you as strange. Like, you can see there's a lot of clothing in here, all kid-sized. There's a couple of more outdoorsy toys that get stored in here. Some shoes, but
Can I re-roll?
if you want to either spend fate chips, well, actually, you have more than you're allowed right now, so we'll probably
well,
start with that.
Yeah.
So white lets you roll another die. Red lets you roll another die and add it to it.
I'm just gonna roll another die with a white, and then
Okay.
I'll deal with my chips real quick.
Alrighty.
There we go.
That's a 14.
Hell
you go.
yeah. Alright. Okay. 14. This is way better. That's one for all of you numbers fans. 14 is a bigger number than 3. On a 14, as you kind of shake it off, like, hey, there. Why are there red chips on the table?
Sorry, I'm converting
Ah, okay.
while we speak. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, I should see how many chips I have.
You are just at the limit.
Okay. I should use. Wow, I have a lot of blue.
Damn.
Must
I don't
be
even
nice.
know. I don't even know how to check if I have any
You
chips,
click
which I don't.
the token
I
above your
do.
character. Yeah.
You sure do.
Yeah.
I have chips. Where'd these come from?
Every
Cool.
session, you get 3 chips, and we get bonus chips when cool things happen, or we like complete an arc or something significant.
All right.
As I
So
understand.
with that 14, your first look, it doesn't really make sense. Like, things are a little too strange about this to just let it drop. So you focus, you redouble your effort. And on closer inspection, you find there is a seam on the back of the wall. You're able to trace that around, and you realize as you kind of try and get your fingers into one side of it, you're able to sort of move it a little bit. And you realize you have found a concealed door in the back of the closet here.
How big is it? We talking Coraline?
We are talking. This is probably like a solid 5-foot door, not like full normal sized door for everyday use, but certainly big enough that if an adult could stoop through, could go through it.
Okay. I'm just gonna try to quietly open it and look through and yeah.
Right? You quietly pull it open, and as you do, you peek inside, and should really be having some proper music for this.
Uh-oh.
Let's go with this one.
We have our sleuthing music back.
Mm-hmm.
This is getting up there with
Rat Battle.
Rat Battle.
That's high praise. Rat Battle is one of your favorite tracks.
It's
I will be right back.
Near
Okay.
Rat Battle. It's not above Rat Battle.
Fair,
but
fair.
It's close.
All right, so as you peek in, you see that it opens into a proper full-size hallway. You're not able to see where it goes because it looks like it was never wired for electricity. So you can see there is dim hallway that leads back from where you are towards the main landing. It might change course, it might split, it might come to a sudden stop, but that is what you can see from where you are.
Parrot's gonna pop her head out. And wait for like a lull in the conversation. And turn to the kid and go, Does Amanda come from the closet?
Sometimes she hides in the closet.
So it's a very closet-centric friendship?
Only sometimes. Sometimes she just kinda shows up.
What other rooms have you seen her in the house?
I've played around with her in the library and in the sitting room and up here. Those tend to be the main places.
Interesting. She pulls Zenobia aside.
I'm back. Sorry.
Oh,
That's alright.
You were gone?
there's a wall access door in the kids' closet.
Ooh, that's exciting to hear. So, do you have suspicions that a Geist is perhaps lurking in these telltale hallways?
I would imagine that Jinxie is trying to continue to investigate that area with when Hem opens the door.
Oh
I'm scared.
yeah, like
When I see
take
that,
a
I'm gonna
look.
call Jinxie's back if possible.
Okay. Are you paying more attention to Jinxie's whereabouts or to the conversation that is happening out here? Because I don't think you ever gave Jinxie any edges or hindrances. I was going to say it felt like she had curious, but
She's not a curious cat. It's because she's still alive.
Yep.
Well, curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought them back.
I got curious.
Well, I would imagine this would happen before
Between
the
the two of us,
conversation.
we're bi-curious.
But Tish.
I would imagine before the conversation this would have happened with Jinxie because it was as Hem opened the closet, not.
All right.
I just don't want her out of my sight, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, I think that she's disciplined enough then that
Okay.
as much as she would want to continue in, she will not.
I think we should get ourselves a little lantern and have a gaze down this erstwhile portal.
So as you are doing this, there is another voice coming from behind you in the hallway. Excuse me. Is everything all right in here, Bertram?
Is that the mom?
No, this is not the mom. You haven't met this character yet. But she is dressed in a apron and uniform.
Hello, my name's Ezra King. We were hired to investigate something about the house.
Miss Audrey!
Well, yes, that is my name. What exactly are you investigating?
Would you like to explain, Zenobia?
Of course, we're here to get to the bottom of your spiritual conundrum.
I wasn't aware we had a spiritual conundrum.
Well, thankfully, that's why the professionals are involved.
Is it possible for Val to kind of start sneaking and poking into the closet during this conversation?
I mean, yeah, if you wanna try and sneak, go for it.
Well, she's not like sneaking away. She's just mindlessly going over there.
I'm sorry. Why are you trying to go into the children's closet?
He's gonna look around. Leave no stone unturned.
What would
Where
possibly
that
be
would
in there?
How did I
Well,
get here?
spooks, things of the supernatural variety, they tend to hide anywhere.
Parrot
don't
is
always- They don't always contain maintain the same form as the human being or an animal. So some are very incorporeal.
Parrot's gonna move everybody aside. Actually, we are helping the lady of the house deal with some strange noises and confusion and missing items. Angrily glaring at everyone else.
I said
And-
nothing.
No,
Them.
not Ezra. She never glared at Ezra.
No.
And there seems to be wall access in the children's closet, and a lot
Sorry.
of the noises have been heard from this room and the closet.
Wall access.
Jinxie jumps back up on my shoulder. Rah.
Oh yes, strange noises and whole access.
I'm
Zenobia
I'm
kind of
sorry, did you-
winks.
Did you say there was wall access back there?
Yeah.
Anyone, as she is saying this, anyone can give me a scrutinize roll if you like.
Oh, I'm gonna scrutinize the hell out of this woman. 12.
They call her the Scrutister.
You know what? I'm gonna do the same, even though I don't know if I'll
I-
get higher than a 12.
That nat one, baby.
Val sees no problem with the current problem at hand.
Six.
All right. As
Scarlet is
you
looking
were-
around,
As you
confused.
are saying this, you see there is no trace of deception from what you can tell, Parrot.
Okay.
Was Parrot the only high roll there?
I only got a 6.
All right. And
That's
Oh.
not a high
Scarlet
roll.
is currently lost in the sauce
okay.
robotically.
Trying to get back in non-confused land.
Yeah, she as she says this, she seems to be totally genuine, and she had no idea that there was any manner of concealed passage there.
Okay. Yeah,
Boom.
we're making sure an old house is safe for the kids, which may require some poking around.
Right, of course.
Scarlet will
And
ask
this
Ezra
was just
how they got here.
the lady of the house asking you for this?
I'm sorry. What was
Yes.
Scarlet saying?
They're asking you how they got here.
You walked here with us.
Weren't we in the basement?
Were we ever in the basement?
No, we were in the
I thought the
kitchen.
kitchen was in the basement. I say kitchen then.
I'm going to pull Scarlet aside so that we can have a conversation separate, away from the conversation about the lady of the house. But you can do the lady of the house one first.
Okay.
I guess Vale will just kind of pipe up and be like, "Yes, she hired us to find what were we talking? I disassociated so
We're
hard.
looking into the noises. Wink, wink.
Right. What she said.
Now it's her turn to give you the
The old
odd look.
scrutinized.
All right, I'll roll my bluff.
She can scrutinize Vale all she wants. Vale has no idea what's going on at this point.
Another nat one.
Oh
Just like me.
boy. So on a nat 1, what does Zenobia say?
Oh, you know, the noises, the spectral noises from all of the spirits and potential hauntings.
The noises that ghosts make.
I'm certain I don't know what you mean by ghosts.
This is the part where Vale's gonna go full like neurodivergent. We were hired by the lady of the house to find a ghost. The ghost is named Amanda, and we're trying to figure out what is going on with that.
I'm sorry,
I
did you
wouldn't
say
we're here
Amanda?
specifically to find Amanda.
Yes.
Is this something did one
What
of
do
the
you
boys
know?
put you up to this?
Looks at her. What do you know about this?
Well, I only really know what I've heard from Bertram. He seems to be the only one able to see his fun little friend.
As you seem. Can I do like a scrutinized roll to see if she's lying about like or hiding something?
Absolutely.
Like is she tense? Okay, so that is a thing I can do.
Mm-hmm.
See if she's hiding anything. Oh wow, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, that's always good to hear.
Okay, so I got a 5. I am completely untrained in this.
Do
you
you
tried.
want to spend any fated chips?
A red one allows me to roll again and add, right?
Yes.
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
Why not? So I just roll the die again and add to it?
Yes.
So, for example, it's a D10. You can go over to the dice thing at the left side of the screen and click D10, and it'll just roll you a D10, for example.
I'll just roll another D10. Okay.
There you go. So you got a 10 total.
10
All
total.
right. All right. Contesting her role by a mere 2 points beating. She definitely had a noticeable reaction to the name Amanda. She seems more perturbed by that name than you feel would be reasonable just for like this kid's imagination.
So the next words out of her mouth are, I've been around a lot of shades, including shades themselves, and you're acting awfully shady.
Jesus Christ.
Oh gosh. Oh, I love it when we invent incongruous timeline lingo.
Shades, you know, the mythical creatures?
Well,
Shades.
You know how it is. We gotta paint in shades of gray here.
You're awfully shady, and I've been
I
around
understand
shades.
that she perhaps have some reticence considering the particular story around her being tripped returning from the kitchen. Isn't that correct, Miss Ornery?
Yes. Yes, that is
There's more to
certainly
this.
a contributing
There's more to
factor.
this.
Perhaps you could enlighten us more about this particular story of ill fortune.
Well, if you must know, I happen to have had a aunt that I cared a great deal for that was also named Amanda. And she unfortunately passed a good 12 years ago. And the idea that she might still be around me in some way, shape, or form is one that is unsettling, I find, for both her soul's continued well-being and for my peace of mind that she is at peace.
Did she happen to pass away in this home itself?
No, not in this home. No, she has no connections I could fathom of for the house. If you
Better
would like,
question,
you
did
can give her continued scrutinize rolls throughout
Oh,
this.
hell yeah. Time for another nat 1. Let's go. I'm 2 ones down.
You know
A
what?
4. I feel
Hey!
comfortable.
You know what? Can I join in on this?
Absolutely.
Hey, look at us go!
All right, would either of you like to spend anything?
I don't care.
Okay, fair.
Sorry, Jinxie decided that she wanted to get attention at that very moment, and I lost and I lost focus.
Zenobia is too busy continuing with her line of questioning. He goes, how did your aunt pass, if I might ask?
Well, I am not entirely sure myself. She was doing rather well, and her passing came at a great surprise. And did not did not give us much a chance for closure.
Did your aunt ever receive treatment from Dr. McDowell?
That is enough that I will allow another scrutinize roll for anyone in the group witnessing this who would like to.
Sure.
I guess I'll throw a chip for this. First, I'm gonna roll another die just to see what I get.
Wait, do we have
A
to use
7?
another chip?
Alright,
Do we have to
alright.
use a chip for this, or do we just roll?
Well, I rolled a 2 on the reroll that we got, and so I
Oh.
used a chip to roll another die, and I got a 7.
Oh,
Oh, oh!
Roll another 10. Alright, 11 from Val.
Oh my!
Alright.
I rolled a 3. Yay!
Oh wow, you were really out of it. Was there anyone
11 and a
else?
Oh, I
7.
was good at this.
Was there
Barrett slash
anyone
Ezra?
else that wanted to roll?
Well, I'm kind of focused on Scarlet right now.
Okay.
We just haven't had a chance to get back to that.
Parrot with a 14.
Oh,
7, 11,
Parrot.
and 14 are our good rolls.
I was.
Okay.
I rolled it in the assumption that we would rejoin shortly.
Parrot's over here just like, you might be able to throw them off, but you can't throw me off. I'm watching you.
Parrot's out here like soloing all the rolls necessary for this class right now.
Oh gosh.
What do we got?
Oh, Parrot, go!
All right. So with a roll like that, with a roll like that, I'll say a 7. You can see that there is a very distinct reaction to the name. It's an expression that kind of looks a little pained, but this is definitely a sore spot for her. On a 11, I will add that she is definitely sidestepping stuff with specifying that that her aunt had no connection to this house. Definitely implying a connection as well there. And with a 14, I will say that on top of that, you're also getting the sense that this is... Not only is she's got it like a sense of anger towards McDowell, she also seems unsure of something. Like, she's not entirely aware of something either, if that makes sense. And I think asking that specifically, well, as far as I can tell, no. She didn't even live in St. Louis. She was passing through the city and happened to stay the night simply by virtue of being in need of something, of some place to stay for the night. And as a result, I can't imagine why he would have any connection, or why he would have any connection to her. As much as I would certainly like to know.
I take there's no love lost between you and the former doctor.
I wouldn't know. I never met the man.
But have a great deal of antipathy towards him regardless.
Well, I think that she is still hesitant to say anything directly. Can I get someone to give me one more solid role-playing bit here? One other thing that you can use to kind of sweeten the pot. Or alternatively, you can try threatening her, or bluffing, or ridiculing, or however you want to handle this lady. I'm not the
What
boss.
do we think she's doing? Lying?
She's concealing information around her familiarity with the doctor and her what happened to her aunt, basically.
Wait, I have a roleplay bit, but it requires Jinxie rolling a scrutinize as well.
Okay. Sure. Jinx. Let's see. Jinxie's
Are you gonna roll it, or do you
scrutinize.
want me to roll it?
I can roll it. Let's see.
Okay.
All right.
She has no points in it either.
Okay, so that is... so that is... Oh gosh, I think 1d4 minus 4.
Yep,
Uh,
I believe in her.
Okay.
it's cognition, right?
Yeah.
But you'll
Oh, you only
Yeah.
you only get one, right? Okay.
Like, if you want, you can spend a white chip for her so she rolls without the penalty, or you can spend other
Sure.
things afterward. Okay, so one white chip means she effectively, for this roll, has one level of skill aptitude. Okay, so now it's just roll 1d4. Okay, come on. Anything less than a 4 is... That is a 3. So close.
Fair. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny.
I'm fascinated by what this could have been.
She was gonna like Jinxie can tell that she's lying, so it would have been like like screech at her.
Yeah, Jinxie doesn't really pick up on that.
She's still just rubbing my face.
Mm.
She's full cat mode right now.
You know, Miss Ornery, I heard that the Dr. McDowell was involved in several matters of ill repute, and I find it frankly astounding and possibly a bit perplexing that he had been allowed to do any medical practice at all, especially in light of what transpired.
I am so glad that people still have some sense to agree on that.
I could only imagine with what if half the rumors that were directed at him are as valid as they likely are, what the things he could have done if he got his hands over along somebody in pursuit of his particular sciences.
I have been saying that for years, and no one seems to want to listen.
Zenobia will put her hand on the maid's shoulder, overly hard, because she can't really control it super well. So she kind of like
She visibly winces.
Yeah, grips her shoulder, like kind of a hard slap onto it, grips it, looks down into her eyes, and says, "Miss Ornery, I will be the first to tell you there is nothing in this world that I would like to hear more than what you have to say about Dr. McDowell's transgressions."
Yeah, I think since you have been playing that angle, I'll allow that without the roll. All right, but you really mustn't tell the lady of the house.
Of course, this could just between us. You know, not everybody is quite as understanding as we are.
Oh, I'm sure. But I did not take this job merely out of a desire to assist in the household. In fact, I took this job because I believe that whatever that brute of a doctor did, that he somehow was responsible for my aunt's disappearance. She came into St. Louis on a trip, stopped by mere happenstance for one night, and we've never heard from her since. And then when I go looking into it, I find here's this madman of a doctor going about stealing bodies, and if half of what I've heard is true, stealing some still fresh bodies as well, then I thought perhaps I might find something to settle my accounts here.
I appreciate your dedication to this, Miss Ornery. I would be delighted to inform you that I, too, suspect that the maniacal doctor's fingertips are all over not only her disappearance, but as well as what currently assails this home.
What
And
are you
we
talking about?
are intending to get to the bottom of it.
I still don't understand what you mean by that.
to put it in simple terms, Miss Ornery, for the people who keep asking what her name is, but I keep saying.
I'm dumb. Okay.
I fully believe that the Doctor's particular mad experiments that were likely carried on here by himself or his acolytes potentially have lasting repercussions upon the home. For example, we have yet to be able to, as we have only just recently started, but we've yet to be able to find increasing signs of the various experiments that transpired here. Anything that could perhaps point us to those directions might be able to bring him to justice in the true court of public opinion now that he has passed, and bring some succor and sanctuary to the victims that he left behind. Both living, as she gestures to the maid, and those who aren't.
All right. And what exactly would you ask of me in this endeavor?
Well, I would never ask you to go above and beyond the call of duty. However, I think with your particular insights into what happened, from what you've indicated, your aunt was never seen again after her night in the city, correct?
Correct.
Interesting. So the cause of her disappearance that left little relief for your family coincides with that. Now, if you could perhaps assist us with the insights you've gathered from working here and the inner workings therein, it would be greatly helpful. We've already discovered this hallway access point. We will definitely be looking into that further if you could perhaps bring us a light source. It could perhaps been used by he or his acolytes to move and most likely hide anything of connecting them to their crimes. I had requested from the lady of the house as well anything of the Doctor's possessions, so that we perhaps might be able to glean any particular insights into his character and his activities here, and most importantly, where potentially his victims were stored or experimented on. And so if you could assist us in ensuring that nothing is lost along the way, we are just as dedicated to this particular pursuit as you are, but obviously with not the same level of personal dedication. We also have various theories about what may have transpired, and now that you've given us this enlightenment, even if the child's Amanda is perhaps not the same Amanda, it might provide us insights into what happened to your beloved aunt.
Well, from what I have seen in my goings about in the house, I find personally the gardener that Zeke Carruthers, I find him to be rather suspicious, if you ask me. Beyond that, I have noticed that there will occasionally be these sounds that I can't explain. Things echoing about in the pipes that interlay themselves across the household. I have heard voices that don't sound like anyone that I know of. Not anyone in this house, at least. And I believe there may be something else lingering about in this estate.
If I'm making too much noise, let me know. I just found honey like slathered over some electrical cords.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, you
I
got
just
really
found-
electronic.
Hold on, let me get closer. I'm sorry if I'm making too much noise. I just found honey slathered over electrical cords.
Oh gosh.
Why?
Because there was an upturned thing of honey that was in the corner of
Oh.
the... yeah.
Oh my.
Miss Audrey, we were led to believe that all of the current staff here were, well, not recently, but were hired after the purchase of the home, correct?
Oh yes, we all were. That much was taken care of by the master and the missus of the house, as well as by their chief of staff, Mr. Morgan.
Do you happen to believe if the gardener had some connection to the home prior to the current residence?
Well, I just don't know. I feel like I have heard that name before. Carruthers. I try to read the paper where I can, and I just can't help but feel like I've seen that name in it in some manner of ill repute. Beyond that, though, I feel like the way that cook, Miss Falstaff, is so tight-lipped about anything personal is a bit odd. It's a rather open workplace. People know things about people here.
Miss Audrey, I am deeply appreciative everything you're bringing to light here, and I would hope, as we intend on carrying out this investigation to the full extent of our abilities, I hope that we can count on you as we try and bring some justice here. Can we rely on that?
Of course. There is nothing that I would endeavor to more.
Excellent. Now, I would have to say at the current juncture, is there anything else you think that we should know as we begin to search the area?
Well, other than that, I have the sneaking suspicion that Mr. Morgan is from Sweden. I don't know why he seems so secretive about that.
Oh, if it makes you feel better, he did confirm he is in fact Swedish.
I knew it. I don't
I asked
know
the
why
very
that would
same
be.
thing.
I don't know why he would be so troubled by that, but I don't know. I don't know. I've been working here for weeks now, and while the children are simply lovely, absolutely delights to work with, I still haven't the slightest idea what is going on with half of the people in this house.
Well, I trust you'll keep your eyes on each of them and report back to us, so if there's anything foul playing here that, well, perhaps there needs a bit of spring cleaning, in the employment department.
Perhaps, indeed, perhaps.
Anybody else want to ask her anything?
Ezra's already removed himself from the conversation to deal with something off to the side that we haven't addressed yet.
Vale is just waiting to go in the secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel.
I don't know. She seems nosy and mean.
I know, but that's perfect for what we need her for.
I think we got everything.
Okay. So, in light of that, I would say, all right. Well, we'll get to the very seafloor of this shortly. If you could please bring us that lantern, and we will begin seeing what the good Dr. McDowell has hidden in this home.
Oh, yes, of course.
Meanwhile,
Right away.
Meanwhile, I don't think we've realized that this kid is just still here.
Yeah, well, he's a child.
He's been messing around more with his farm set. He looks sort of wistfully at the fake milk, but he pours that out sadly, and you see that he has a little cup of water and some crushed up chalk that he just he puts that into a little opening at the top of the cow and shakes it up to make more of the milk.
Thank you. That was killing me.
That's an actual toy.
Oh God! Oh God! I'm no! Oh God!
No,
Yeah,
that's real.
It's
That
probably just asbestos. No big deal.
Yeah, it'll be
Back in my day, you had to make your own milk for the toys.
Okay. Does anyone know about the death milk?
Yeah.
oh God.
Okay. Then I'm not going to talk about it any further.
Okay. So, but yeah, I think we finished with the maid. Asked her to go bring us back a lantern so we can look through the hallways.
This seems like a good a time as any while we're waiting for that to jump back to hey, how you doing? What's going on?
Hey, are you all right?
I think so.
You've been staring off into space and then forgot where we were.
I think I was remembering some things.
This is news to me, so I'm just as lost as all of y'all, audience.
I literally DM'd you about this.
You think
As
she
B
checked her
opens
DM?
for DMs.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. Let's see.
To be fair, I didn't go into exact details.
Yeah. Okay,
You
no, that's fine.
remembered something.
Mm.
And that made you completely black out.
They're just gonna lift their hat and pull their hair back and tap the metal plate.
That's fair, but still. I wasn't aware that they made you lose your memories when you did this. Well,
Gain a
what
few
was the
things, lose a few things.
memory? Well, what was the memory that was so important?
Just going back to my investigator days.
Okay. Are you going to be okay to continue?
I'm fine.
You can step outside for air if you need.
No. Let's go back.
Okay. Alright,
Okay.
that was easy.
Does anyone else would anyone else like to be nosy about this?
Zenobia doesn't care.
Okay.
She's in the zone.
Fair and valid. So valid.
I mean, the only oddity that Val, other than this current situation, is curious about is the conversation between the kid and Zenobia. But she's not gonna bring it up right now, so.
Fair. All right, then. Yes, the maid Miss Ornery returns after but a moment with a
Actually, before the maid returns,
yes.
considering the backstory that I have with Ezra, do you think he would carry around some of the smaller gizmos that he's looked into with him? I did write a short story involving him tinkering with a small child's toy.
I mean, I guess that's something that feels reasonable, I think.
I would like to pull out that dancing fairy,
Okay.
the clockwork, and stoop down towards the child.
All right, Bertram looks at you.
So I have something on me that I don't have much use for, but I think you might enjoy. Would you like to take a look?
Okay.
Okay, and he pulls out the world's first flying fairy toy, like the ones from the 90s.
Ooh.
And he demonstrates it.
It fails its reliability check.
Oh
and
no!
explodes.
Oh no!
Actually, I don't think we ever established what that reliability
We
was.
didn't, because this wasn't one of his.
True.
This was one he was fixing up.
Yeah, I don't really have a reliability in mind, so I guess let's just roll a d20 and see what happens.
Okay, give me 1 second to switch screens again.
Okay.
Oh!
God, you just maimed this child.
Oh, I mean, I was rolling it.
Oh, you were rolling. Go ahead then. Go ahead.
I did.
Ignore my roll.
Yeah, just
I
ignore
did.
that.
I got a nat 1, so it's
Oh,
fine.
Oh, good.
For those of you who are newer to this system, this is one where, for this particular kind of roll, you really want to get nat 1s, ideally. But yeah, he looks at it with a quiet curiosity, and he tries pulling at this little ripcord, and you see there is absolutely a sense of surprised wonderment when this baby just right into the air. Wow.
And you can keep that.
I don't know, are you sure? This looks expensive.
I'm sure.
Okay.
That was easy.
It's a child, like.
Yeah, I mean.
Not a stiff bargainer there.
Alright, you have successfully given away the toy.
Yay. Okay.
Okay. Alright, so from there, I believe y'all are carrying on with the exploration of this secret passage.
I do actually have a question about that.
Sure.
Can Ezra fit?
That's right. I keep forgetting he's a biggin.
He's husky.
Is he a biggin? Remind me, is he a biggin level 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. As funny as it might be, I'm sure, for all of the physical comedy fans in the audience, to have him roll nimbleness or something to get through. I don't think that particularly adds a ton to the narrative, so yeah, I think you're able to. It's like not a comfortable squeeze, so you're not able to go at your full speed, but yeah, you're able to get through there.
Okay.
So I have a clear suspicion as to like what Zenobia would think is the deal with this child, presumably.
Okay.
Can I make like an occult roll to see if it is like a theory necessarily, like if it was information that she would potentially know?
I mean, Vale is into this kind of stuff
But
too, so you could
obviously
ask
I'd
her
have
for
Zenobia
help.
do it first because
Yeah.
it's her thinking about it. Because like I know that she's
Okay,
putting
fair.
two and two together. I'm just curious if there's like more occult support for what she is extrapolating.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I was just saying, like, if you needed help with like the role, or if I'm allowed to help, you could potentially ask Vale for help.
Yeah, I think you can definitely try and give a roll if you want. Sure, I'm not going to stop you.
16.
All right, and this is with
Academia occult.
Okay. So what exactly is the theory so I can give you an answer?
I have a theory that it's less that the child has an imaginary friend, but more that he is able to view like magical / spiritual entities and stuff as a as a sense. So I think that he there's a couple different ways that could potentially be expressed, but I think short of him having been born with some kind of like arcane background or whatever, I think there's an edge you could take that's like maybe it's born on Halloween or Hallows Eve that lets you like see magic things naturally.
That's an act, yeah.
Yeah, so I think she might be trying to like connect, like perhaps that might be, the rationale for how he can view what he's viewing. Is basically just trying to brainstorm potential theories that would allow his spirit vision to come into fact. Because, she could look and see people's souls and stuff, but she knows that's a magical art that she can do. But for this child to just innately start detecting potentially a ghost, her dagger spirit, etc., it's probably something that's more just an innate thing.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think on a 16, I'll give you that feels like a piece of the puzzle here. Like, it feels like part of what's going on, but maybe not entirely. Like, I think you have a strong enough reason to believe that this is a child that has some kind of second sight. But there still feels like there is a little more going on with what he's seeing than just that. Because thinking back to it, you feel like there's not exactly consistency with the sightings, at the very least, of Amanda. He'll describe it as like sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's that way. There's something weird there, I'll say.
Okay. Cool. When we have a chance to like regroup, because since we're walking in mysterious hallways, I don't know how much of it's gonna echo out and stuff, so I don't want to talk about it right now.
Fair.
But when we have a chance to actually like meet up and powwow about it, I will tell people about my theories and bring up Gwaidefriend for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's just okay. That's just what I'm conceptualizing as we begin exploring.
All right. Sounds like a plan. All right, so as you are going through here, you find that there's a couple of curves here. One of which, from here, it looks like it goes following the curve of the room back towards the main second floor landing. It also feels, though, like you fortunately feel them before, or feel the absence, I should say, of floor in front of you before you see it. You can see that there are some stairs that look like they go down to the first floor. And you can also see some faint rays of light coming in, not just at what looks to be the door towards this central landing, but also there is another area that looks like you can get a peek into what looks like the master bedroom.
Parrot, what do your elf eyes see?
Oh yeah, I get +2.
Lamau. So just to be clear,
Search?
we're in
We're in
like
like
a
secret
multi-hole
hallways,
tunnel
like in
place.
the house.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was expecting to find.
Search
Really?
with eagle eyes? Question mark.
As a
To
player,
look
not as a
Yes, you can
character.
do that. That
Two.
adds the, I think, +2 bonus.
Yeah, it's a 7
All right.
overall.
With a 7, you can confirm for sure that there is in addition to, from the cracks of light around it, a door that leads into the wall of the second floor landing. There is the staircase that goes down. You can faintly hear what sounds like someone working in the kitchen. And the alternate pathway does look like it looks like it is able to look in on the master bedroom, but it is not able to actually get into it. There's not another door there. I realize that was all probably super useful and valuable information.
Well, presumably now we at least know that does the peephole in the master bedroom seem to be like an intentional thing? Like somebody made a peephole, or is it just a crack?
Get off the table.
It looks like at one
No.
point.
Good, thank you. Don't listen to him.
God. It looks like at one point it might have been accidental, just a weakness in the wall. But given that you can see sort of traces of wallpaper that has been kind of like pushed aside a little bit as well in there, it definitely looks like this is something that was expanded upon by someone purposefully.
Well, we at least have gained some additional information as to some of the purposes behind this. Perhaps there is a connection between these hallways and looking in at the prior occupants of that bedroom. Perhaps the former doctor and whatever was transpiring in there.
Maybe.
Thank
I'm-
you, ethereal voice.
I'm not legally obligated to say jack shit. I'm just a
Oh.
voice.
Which, of course, could lead to a number of different conclusions that we can go into later, but it definitely is elucidating.
All right.
Let's go to the kitchen. Let's go to the stairs down.
All right.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
feel like any amount of down is good.
Going
All right.
downtown.
So, heading down, you head down to the staircase very carefully to the kitchen, and you see, or rather you feel, what must be the doorway. However, you can't seem to open it. There is something in the way.
We were just in the kitchen.
Correct.
Like, could we extrapolate?
From where you're positioned, this is roughly where the refrigerator, the icebox,
Mm.
I
Would
fucking
be.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
Answer the phone because she fucking called it.
Okay.
God
What?
damn it, it's the butler, isn't it?
I don't
The
know.
Swedes. I knew it was the Swedes.
It's always the butler.
Hmm.
Was
Well,
it with the
that-
candlestick or the pipe?
Mm.
It's with the medical malpractice.
I'll
Damn.
never tell.
Well,
Damn it, he's an American.
that does give more information as to why the icebox had been moved, because that seems to be what is likely blocking this particular mode of egress.
Mayhaps I'll never tell.
I'm talking to my party, B.
I know. I'm talking to the audience. Hi guys.
Sorry,
I
I
know
was
we've had a
eating.
lot of fun here tonight, but I hope you're enjoying yourselves too. But yes. What are you going to do from here?
I think we should probably return to our meeting hub to kind of go over what we know right now.
All right.
Where's our meeting hub?
I think they gave us a bedroom or something. I believe they gave us a guest bedroom to do it in.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Which our secret hallway does not lead to that guest bedroom.
So,
Just give me a moment. I'm kind of stuck.
okay. So, as you're coming back up into the children's bedroom again, was there anyone who, or what was the state that you left the door into the room in?
Well, who was the last one in?
It wouldn't be Zenobia. Zenobia would definitely be trying to spearhead that with Parrot.
Well, you guys were talking outside, so my assumption would be you guys.
Yeah, so
I don't
probably
think-
Ezra and fucking Scarlet.
All right, I'm going to say Ezra's probably not the last one in because he might have needed a little push to get in.
He's plugging the door.
Yeah. So that would be Scarlet.
So Scarlet, what did you do to the door when you went in?
Is it when we went into the secret area?
Mhm.
Yes.
the butler followed us?
No,
or
he
not?
did not. As far as you are aware, the butler is still where. God, it feels weird saying this. Where you left him.
Standing outside the doorway.
Yes, like he's waiting there.
I feel I would not want the kid to wander into this secret area, so I will close it.
But did you close the door from the landing into the bedroom, is my question.
Wait, you mean the guest bedroom? Or...
No, from
the
the
kid's
landing
room.
into the nursery.
Is that where the kid was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we would have left that open.
Yeah, I thought that was the one
Like
that
I
she
said, my
closed.
logic here is specifically, I wouldn't want the kid getting curious and coming in here.
The child. So there's a hallway, the child's room, and then this like secret hallway.
Yes.
Did you close the door to the child's bedroom when you came
Oh.
in from the normal hallway? Is the question.
Oh no, I would have left that up to the maid and butler.
Okay.
The secret door closed.
Technically,
door,
the
not open.
child's bedroom would have been the maid, whether they closed or not the door, since
Yeah.
she gave us the lantern and then pieced out.
That's true.
All right. Let me make
She
a.
does know that we're up to hijinks, and she is deeply suspicious of this butler.
That's true.
So she would probably close it, is my thought.
All right, you come back out into the room, and the door is closed. This is good for you. I just wanted to clarify that. Y'all seemed very underwhelmed.
Huzzah! Thanks, B.
You're welcome, friend. Oh,
Hello,
gosh.
Bertram.
Oh, hi. Where'd you go in there?
Oh, you know, looking in your closet and such. You never know what tomfoolery could transpire.
What's a tomfool?
I won't go into the idioms of it, but suffice
It's a
to
silly
say,
person who does silly things.
suffice to say, we have confirmed that your closet indeed is a closet, and that it's unto itself is an enlightening set of information.
And no one needs to come out of the closet.
Well, Amanda does come out of the closet sometimes. I told you that already, though.
Yes, when she's hiding in there.
Mm-hmm.
Does she hide from someone in particular, or just in general?
Just from people.
Gotcha.
But they don't hide from you.
No, we talk. Yeah, that's what I said.
When they're talking to you, do they seem nervous?
Sometimes. I feel like I'm not being super helpful here, but I also am just like, yeah, but I mean, this is a child. This is, I feel like, how they would just say things.
We're trying to coax the getting the correct response out of them, and then making sure we're not tricking them into telling us things.
Does
Yeah.
Amanda ever talk about Miss Ornery?
Sorry?
The maid.
Not really. She kind of just talks about whatever. Sometimes, I guess, maybe. But... I don't know. I guess sometimes.
Okay. Besides playing, what kind of things does Amanda like to talk about?
She likes to talk about He likes to talk about the house, and there's a lot of stuff I don't really get. Like, she wants to talk about stuff that just it's like old person stuff, you know?
What kind of what's old person stuff, like doctors or
It's
taxes?
stuff from before I was born. So I just have to tell her I don't know. I wasn't there.
They're trying to ask you questions about before?
Sometimes she just wants to talk about her dad.
You say dad or death?
Her father.
And
Her
who is their
papa.
father? Do you know?
Well, she usually just calls him father. I don't call my papa by his name. That's not very polite.
It's true. I refer to my father simply as Sir.
Does she like her dad?
I think so. She hasn't talked bad about him before.
Is their father, by chance, a doctor?
I think so.
You think
Okay.
so?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes she'll say, like, you know, doctory words.
Did her father live here with her?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the maid or the butler still here?
The butler's presumably outside the door.
Yes, the maid is not here. And, I mean, no one's checked what the butler is up to, but presumably, he is still where you left him, where you have deposited your butler.
Drop my butler, shit.
Oh gosh, I hate it when I drop all my butlers.
I respect this butler for being so detailed and following orders. He's let us have all this time alone.
Yeah, you know, he's probably starting to get a little suspicious, I have to imagine.
Gotcha.
I will go and see about speaking with the butler.
Okay.
Just, perhaps maybe seem a bit strange to ask about, but the previous owner, the doctor, whose name I totally remember,
Dr. McDowell.
Dr. McDowell. I should remember that because I literally live next to a McDowell County. Anyways, you know if they had any children?
Let's see. Make an area knowledge roll.
Because he didn't live here. He was hired here with the new people.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like it was his house.
Not the butler's.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, this was McDowell's house. I think Obsidia was saying that the staff were only recently hired, so they wouldn't.
But,
yeah.
The previous owner, you want to find some things out about them, you know.
From what I rolled here, though, he thinks about it for a moment and shakes his head. No, I don't believe I know. I'm relatively new in town, so I don't know a lot of the comings and goings of people.
That's fair. Don't mean to press your information you don't have. Just I'm gonna need to find out.
Okay.
I'm gonna need about Tree
All
City.
part of the process. Just trust the process
The process?
of investigation.
Uh-huh. I see. I think I see. Well, will you be staying for dinner? You must have had a very in-depth conversation with the young Bertram.
He's a deeply fascinating child. I was
Well-
explaining that many farmyard animals have a surprisingly similar anatomy to humans.
I mean, I guess that is something you did say. Like,
Well,
yeah.
Childs see things in simple terms. It can be a bit of a game of fishing, if you will, about getting particular details from children.
I see. From his expression, you are not sure if he sees.
I severely doubt he sees. With, does anybody else want to say anything to the butler or the child?
Not
I
at the
think
moment.
I think we got the thread we need to pull on.
Okay. Well then, I believe we should be staying for dinner. You know, all of this investigation really works up an appetite, doesn't it?
Yes, well, you're more than welcome to leave your things in the room. You may have the key to the room while you stay here, if that provides some ease to your mind.
Delightful.
All right, so he gives you a key to the guest room, and if anyone wants to leave anything in their storage box, so to speak, here, you're welcome to do so.
We're limited
Nah,
to
I'm good.
6 items each.
All right.
So we're going with the Resident Evil storage method. Got it.
Yep. Signal style.
that
Same
game,
difference.
That was such a miserable game.
I love
It's a
Signalis.
horror game. What do you
Love that
want?
game.
Puppies?
My
No,
robot lesbians.
I want a game where the lesbians are allowed more than one scene of being uncomplicatedly happy.
Nah.
I mean, such a simple thing to
asking too
add,
much.
but
Before we leave Bertram, Zenobia will just say to him, "Your farm set is very fascinating. I hope you enjoy it, playing with it as much as I enjoyed seeing it."
raising.
Who's the creeper?
I see. Very
Say
well.
Child.
I know. He's responding as he heard you say that to the child.
Zenobia was trying to be nice.
To the child, that is nice. I don't think you have to worry about that.
Well, of course,
That's
we
all
only
that
care
matters.
about the child's opinion.
Yeah. She knows what it's like to be a weird kid with
Hmm.
magic powers.
One might even say that she's a freak. She's a weirdo. She doesn't
hell is she
belong
doing
here.
I have no
Uh,
idea what it's like to be a kid with magic powers. How does that work?
Yeah, it's wild.
It suddenly
Wild.
occurs to me. I think my character's the only one with a normal upbringing.
No,
What?
no.
Who knows?
Ezra had a pretty normal upbringing.
Well, your
Oh, no,
family
her
was
parents-
rich. That's not normal.
Okay, that's fair.
Zenobia was raised with traditional Watley values.
No. Dun.
Parrot had a normal
Dun-dun-dun.
childhood.
Yeah,
Before she ran away to the circus.
well, runaway is a funny choice of words.
Yeah.
Runaway, kidnap.
Trafficked.
Sold.
Run away.
Tomato, tomato, shades of gray.
Alright, well. I assume then you'll be heading downstairs? You've got a little bit of time at this point. A lot of the day has been spent sleuthing around here so far.
Oh Lord, she's sleuthing.
I hope so. That's your job.
when we return to our room before dinner, like, we can be fashionably late to dinner. We don't give a fuck. We don't work here. I think we should commune about ideas and theories.
Alright. Alright, so you head over into the guest room then, I take it?
Yeah.
Alright. You head into the guest room, you've got the place to yourself, you're able to lock it up. I would hope that you feel pretty secure. I'm not, like, trying to make you feel uneasy. Of course, by saying
Or
that,
are you?
I just can't win with this group chat. You know how it is. But yes,
Everybody
Go ahead.
will arrive when everybody gets there. Like, Vale's stuff's already there because she was there a day early.
that's true.
Oh yeah.
Sus.
So she's already got her like investigation corner set up.
Excellent.
Oh, I see you've wasted no time.
Been here like 2 days. What do you mean?
That's still wasting no time.
That's fair.
I happen to say that the beginning of our investigation has been truly ecstatic. We've learned so many things.
I was just gonna stare at you. Yes, many a thing.
Now, who has theories? As she, like, kind of claps her hands together as she looks at everyone with a big smile.
But
Well-
whoever this Amanda is coming through that door, yes?
I'm thinking this may perhaps not be as supernatural as some of you may have wished. But
Zenobia audibly scoffs.
regardless, I do think if this doctor had a child, I think, legitimate or otherwise, that this Amanda may be that child. What they are doing, I am unsure.
Well, we went down to that entire thing, and we did not find any trace of a human moving stuff. So
That's
Weeding-
fair, I guess.
weeding out the idea of it not being supernatural is
Not
a little
writing
quick.
off the possibility, only that we have evidence that there could be a non-supernatural possibility here.
Audible
I do
scoffing.
think that a ghost is probably the less creepy option than person living in the walls.
I will say that.
You know,
I
now
don't
that you've
take
said it
that.
out loud, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I kind of want to vote for ghost now.
It's obviously ghost related. Come on.
I just didn't want to, like, not entertain the possibility of, the help messing with a child for fun. Which
I
also
current-
sounds horrible when I say it out
Yeah,
loud.
phrasing is important.
if Amanda was one of the help, wouldn't they recognize them?
Maybe.
not always.
Zenobia looks so smug right now.
Do I have to roll to see that?
It's very visible. But
Yeah, I don't think
Pretty
she's hiding it.
sure this is like a billboard on the side of the road that says "I am smug."
Yep.
Looks over at Zenobia. So what do you have in mind? What is your theory of all this?
Oh,
I
no,
can
no,
see the
continue,
gears
continue.
turning.
I enjoy this marketplace of ideas.
I see you just want to let it out, Zenobia. Just go ahead.
Okay, so I have good news and perhaps less useful news. The good news is that I can assure you that this child truly is gifted in one manner or another. The bad news is that it does perhaps dissuade the notion of the child's singular significance to the spiritual entity occupying here. He clearly has the ability to gaze upon magical energies based on the questioning he gave me about my own companion. And
Your own companion?
well, yes, of course.
Let's just put a pin in that particular side conversation about your companion that we apparently have never met.
Oh, you've met him
However,
before.
I have no reason to denounce. Denounce? What the?
It's the cross between denounce and to doubt.
I guess is where my brain went. I have no reason to question your expertise in these matters. But child gifted or not does not preclude the possibility that this is not a supernatural situation.
Well, I
However,
do. You
I
finish.
will agree that it increases the likelihood that something.
She's saying the ghost
yes.
might not be here for him. He's just the only one that can see it.
I knew that you're my
The
best
ghost
friend for a
hide?
reason.
I mean,
Why does the ghost hide from normal people, though? Wouldn't they not be able to sense or see the ghost?
they might not be able to.
Mundane people tend to be oblivious to such things. She looks very directed, pointed at fucking Scarlet. And they will try and rationalize their way around any possible approachments or discussions that a spiritual entity may be attempting to engage in, had they not been so unwilling. But if the child has the proclivity to at least be sensitive to the more mystical aspects of the world, well, if he's the only one listening, then she might as well be speaking directly to him.
Fair enough.
There's also the possibility of other people may have. Older people tend to be more scared of entities and the supernatural than kids are. Younger children tend to be more inquisitive and open to the idea of new things, whereas adults will panic.
There is indeed a proclivity for depth of understanding that children are capable of, that many adults who choose to embrace their own banality do not persevere throughout the ages. So,
So are you trying to say that people may have Latin abilities that because they never learn how to use them, they just suppress them?
Did you say Latin it?
Like,
they did say
Okay.
Latin, but latent was like.
Sorry. My page has been particularly bad this last week or so.
That's all right.
Well, that is actually one of the smartest things you've ever said to me.
Oh!
I'll try to take that as a compliment.
Zenobia just, she seems like she's being genuine when she says that. In her assessment of things. She goes, that is very likely the case for many people such as yourself. You lose a bit of the magical wonder in the world and begin to rationalize around it. The present exceptions are obvious as she gestures to, the kind of the swath of the rest of the party. But I do believe that this child does have a special but imperfect gift as it is. Based on my own assessments, obviously, I'm not a complete dictionary or encyclopedia of all potential arcane visionary.
And with the way she's describing all of this, can like Vale do a quick like occult roll, folklore roll to like see if she ends up in the same book as Zenobia? Like on the same page kind
Yeah,
of thing?
I don't see why not.
Would you prefer the cryptid occult roll or the folklore roll?
I guess that depends on what kind of explanation you're trying to assign here.
Let's give folklore, like hearing of other people that have done stuff like this and stories.
Okay.
This particular thing is actually something that is a like many legends and stuff are about people who see and talk to ghosts and spirits and stuff. So
oh yeah, I'm aware. That's why I want to do folklore.
Yeah, I do feel like it is an appropriate thing if you wanted to go that angle.
Are you okay with that, B?
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Is that? I don't think that's a good roll. Is
that's
it?
a good roll. That's like
okay.
That's a decent roll.
I don't know what good rolls and what good rolls aren't yet.
Generally, it's a
learning.
base 5 to succeed.
Okay. So, rock and roll.
Yeah, I think on a 7, you definitely have heard of this, like the idea of there being some kind of the sight ability. Yeah, that's 100% makes sense.
I'm gonna bring up and add on to her story if possible.
Okay.
I've spent a lot of time around many indigenous tribes and stuff like that. There are many people who have been able to sing and commune with spirits. It is not that uncommon, especially, and then in addition to that, being around other cultures such as folks from China and Ireland and stuff like that, you hear of a lot of things.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead. No, I was gonna say out of character. I was adding to your thing.
Okay, yeah. I see that you are well-read, traveler of this world. But yes, so I think it's correct. This is a noted thing throughout history, but it does seem like there's something more to this particular child's visionary abilities. The inconsistency of his perceptions lends some speculations as to the potential source and definitions around what he sees and can see.
What if it's... Hold on, hear me out. What if it's a spirit that takes the form of memories and thoughts of people's around here?
I don't think that would necessarily make a lot of sense then, because the child has no connection to any Amanda or any relation to this the family of this house, aside from his obvious family. But you know what I mean about the previous occupants.
I'm not saying that he does. I'm saying what if whatever we're dealing with, if it is a supernatural entity, changes the shape based on people that are in the environment. Amanda is the maid. Maybe there is no...
Oh, Amanda was the aunt of them, or Amanda was the aunt of the maid.
Oh, yeah. But then they're saying that there are other spirits, but we've heard nothing of other spirits, just maybe it's other forms.
But that wouldn't make any sense, because if the child could see Amanda and could also see my own spirit, then that's at least 2 different entities.
But what if I'm saying is Amanda isn't just Amanda? What if it's whoever? And Amanda being, because of how emotionally tied the maid is to that idea, it takes the shape of Amanda. It's just a thought. It's just an idea.
That is certainly a theory. with some credence to it. I'm not dismissing it out of hand like the ludicrous notion that there's not supernatural things involved here.
The backhand. Ow.
My limited understanding of the occult things doesn't allow me to add much to this conversation.
Ezra crosses his arms.
So I could feel the slap. Chad, if you couldn't hear the smack, it's great.
But I do think that there does require additional information around the myriad Amandas we are apparently dealing with, because I think it would be important to know more about Miss Ornery's Amanda, so that we can get a profile about her, to be able to divide her from the potential Amanda that is residing in this home and the child is dealing with. If it refers to its father was potentially a doctor who lived here, that does narrow down the scope of potential people it could be. So if there is potentially overlap between the two Amandas, that would be interesting. But more so, it would be important to be able to differentiate them if and when the time comes.
This is true. I had one other thought, with us being attuned to the occult as we are. Do you think there would be a way for us to potentially commune with this Amanda ourselves? At least you and I would assume that maybe the others as well.
I would assume if anybody could reach out to her, it would be Perota. Perota's quite skilled in such things.
It's worth a shot. I don't know who that is, but that's what Vale's gonna go off, because she doesn't know who that is. Just trusts, because she doesn't know much about the party.
All right.
But
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Please
so-
do go on.
I do think if we intend to spend more time here tonight, well, I think we can have some more chances to talk to the rest of this cast, the rest of the dramatis personae, as we begin to develop a thorough profile before we have to reach outwards. Ideally, we'll be able to figure this out on our own here, but I do think it would be helpful to potentially beseech the additional repositories of knowledge and information in the city that are connected to our particular doctor and the environments therein.
I would assume that you have connections here in the city, then.
I certainly have a nose for knowledge, and that has never steered me wrong.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so I think we should probably stay the night tonight potentially, and
I think so, yeah.
see what we can learn, see who we can talk to. I have some magicry I can experiment with.
So, question.
Yeah,
How are people, since 9 is
I-
our usual cutoff?
it'd probably be good. We're at a pretty good wrap-up point, in my opinion.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm down with whatever.
All right. So, as you start to assemble your plan, our posse is drifting away from the focus of our narrative camera here, and we see there is in the walls something else that is making a plan. We see in other parts of the house there are things making plans. We see an awful lot of plans put into an awful hectic amount of motion. And such motion in so many different ways is sure to create a very, very energetic crash when it all comes together. But sadly, we are going to have to wait for that. I hope everyone enjoyed themselves tonight still, regardless.
Yeah, totally.
I'm looking forwards to when again the guns can be wayward. But for now, this will be a hiatus break for us. Hoping to, at the very least, have another offering sometime soon if possible. But we'll see about that. For now, though, thank you all very, very much for keeping us company tonight. And I would like to once again go through our wonderful cast. This time, let's do it in reverse order. Obsidia.
Hello, I'm Obsidia. I play Zenobia. She's kind of a dick, but with a heart of gold.
She's our dick.
Yeah, exactly.
I also normally stream. I will not be streaming for the next 2 months as I'm going on a surgery and surgery recovery hiatus for my bimbofication in action. I also DM a D&D campaign that B is playing in and is a lot of fun. You can watch all the previous VODs. There's 4 origin sessions and 3 current sessions. Each origin session follows a different one of the characters in what led them to session 1 necessarily. It's very, very wacky. It's a lot of fun. I'll be uploading that 3rd episode soon. And it'd be a good thing to occupy your time with while you wait for more Deadlands action and for more of that game to return. So check it out.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Then we have Tyrus.
Hello. Try not to disrupt the flow of the game. I was hoping to get a little more what I was wanting to roleplay in, but I'm still happy with where the game session went and everything. And yeah, remember, take care of yourself, mental health, self-care. Bye.
I'm not gonna lie, I was so certain when you started off just saying hello and there was silence. I was so sure you were just going to end it at that.
There was a moment I contemplated that.
Oh gosh. Well, after that, we have Hemlock.
Hello. Hemlock. I am kind of slowing down my content and streaming recently because I am selling my first home which is apparently just as if not more frustrating than buying your first home.
Oh no.
And with that, I am also trying to get verified on VGen because it looks like Elon Musk is actually trying to take the last bit of money out of my grubby little hands. So just
Twitter, he threw a gas can into the Twitter dumpster
Yeah.
fire. There's a mass exodus going on right now, switching to Blue Sky. So if you don't have a Blue Sky account yet, I suggest you get them because at least someone you follow on Twitter is probably jumping ship, and everyone else should too.
I did this morning.
I did several a year a year and a
Samesies.
half ago.
I did mine this morning.
Yo, everybody post your blue skies. I'll give you a follow.
And
Don't follow me
speaking
unless you want to see sus content.
and speaking
At night
of speaking of all of that, or rather the person saying all of that, Hazel.
Hello. I am Hazel Dust En. I play Valentine Rivers. She's kind of this goofy occult studying person. A lot of fun. I do stream. I am currently on a hiatus, but we'll be back here soon for a charity event, which you can, I'm sure, B will post and share content of because she tends to help me out and hangs around with me during this charity event. Other than that, you can always find me here on the Discord, or you can find me here on the stream because I have one of B's moderators.
Very true. And Epitome?
Hi, I'm Epitome. Blue Sky is EpitomeOAwkward. I've only posted a picture of Totoro at this point.
It's a good picture.
It
Cute
is a
cat.
good picture. It's an old picture, but it's a good picture. This is when I remind you to get your flu shot. Why haven't you yet?
Go. Right now. Go get it. It's
Right
probably
this second.
someplace
Mine.
open somewhere.
I got mine, and then I had to get a tetanus shot right afterwards.
Oof.
These two
Yeah, but
statements are unrelated to each other.
Yeah, but you also had to do it for a different reason.
What, the flu shot?
No, the tetanus shot.
Oh yes, like I said, these two events were unrelated.
In any case, I don't stream, but coming up next month is going to be B's Operation Hamathon, which benefits a charitable organization that I help lead. Keep an ear to the ground for more news.
And I'm B. Hey. How's it going? If you...
Hi, B.
Hi. If you have been sitting here this whole time, then you already know who I am. Why are you being so silly like that? But thank you all so much for sharing a little bit of your time with us. I mildly appreciate it, and I hope you all enjoyed yourselves as best you can. I'm going to be trying my best to finish finding people that I can reliably count on from experience with them as potential players for the other series that I've been wanting to do for over a year now, I think, probably. That being Viva Lost Vegas, the Changeling the Lost campaign that I want to run. If that sounds interesting, I'm probably going to be talking about it a bunch in the coming weeks. Because
I helped make an NPC, and it means a lot to me.
It's true. And it is...
with you about that.
That's true. And it is a campaign that I have been slowly on the back burner building up for a while. I'm really hoping to actually be able to share it properly sometime soon. So keep an ear out for that. And hey, if you're someone watching this who I have run anything for in the past and would be interested and potentially available, let me know. Let me know. That's about all I got. Thank you all very much. If you're watching this on our YouTube VODs, then I've got to give Future B a pat on the back for... Oh, thank you very much for joining the Fluffle. If you're watching this in VODs in the future, then I gotta give Future B a pat on the back because she did what I couldn't. She actually kept the VODs up to date. Otherwise, thanks for watching. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever the hell you are. Remember that on this dusty old trail of life, you best be rootin', tootin', and shootin', but most of all, be kind. And happy trails, y'all.